Welcome to Conscious Caribbean Artists Making a Difference. Well, we're really thrilled this evening to have the privilege of speaking with King David Rudder. David, thanks so much for agreeing to have us here. People, especially young people who've heard about you, who know your music but don't know you very well, will probably want to know where's David been? What's he been doing over the last several years since he lived in Trinidad? Could you just share a little bit of that with us?
Basically, I've been a family man, doing all the things that I have 3 young kids, and I've been very busy with them. Also, most of it has been I'm on the road most of the year, living in airports, paying the bills.
I hear you, brother, and still touring and taking the music, taking the culture as a really a cultural ambassador, taking our culture all over the world.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, when we listen to your music, it still has the same kind of power of attraction as it had 20 years ago. I mean, 25 years ago, when you're still performing with Charlie's Roots and Pelham, and the music, the melody, all of the things that you sing in Calypso happen when we hear your music. But then there's something else, something that really elevates you, where people refer to you as genius, as in the rare company of a poet of our music that is really incomparable, peerless. And can you tell us a little bit about what motivates you in your compositions, in your lyrical compositions?
Well, I love life, I love people, and the stories that people tell every day. I try to document them. Simple things, sometimes it might be mundane to someone else, but to me it's very profound. So I feel that my job, I shouldn't say job, my calling is to express the feelings of people, express the feelings of the world we live in, the things that make us strong, the things that make us weak, the things that disturb us, the things that give us the greatest joy. So I try to just cover all these aspects of the human condition. That's my gift, and I have to use it, instead of wasting it is like a sin.
Bahia Girl is one that a lot of people, the rhythm and the lyrics. What was your motivation, if you don't mind, if you can say, for that song?
That was actually done because I was given a chance to write for someone else. I was actually hired to write some songs for Crazy, and I started to study what Crazy was doing. And he had just finished a song, had a hit with a song called Muchacha the year before. And so I wrote us this song where he now encounters not a girl from Venezuela, but a girl from Bahia in Brazil. And to cut a long story short, Crazy went with another producer. And
I'm sure he was sorry after that.
And so some of the songs I wrote for him, Jump Up was one, Madness was another, and Bahia Girl, I did them.
You wrote all those songs for Crazy?
Yeah, those were supposed to be all 3 songs. Those songs were to be on his album, because I was given this job to write these songs for Crazy, but things changed, and I kept the songs, and the rest is history.
The rest is history, and we're so glad that you did sing them, because they are classics in our culture. What do you have to say about the state of cricket in terms of that?
Well, the state of cricket is the state of the society. We seem to have produced a young man, talking about a Caribbean youth, who's not doesn't have the inward hunger of the early what we call post-independence people.
Lloyds and
all Western societies getting this thing called independence, which is really just getting a chance for Britain to get rid of the colonies that were costing too much. But we felt it was time that we had nationhood, things were going to happen, and we had what Eric Williams called the inward hunger. So that fired us up. And when we got shellacked by Australia that first time with Lloyd, and the inward hunger kicked in, and that generation said, this is not what we are about. And therefore we dominated cricket sport for the next 15 years. Right? But no other team on the face of this earth has ever done that. But now there's a whole different mentality. It's very shallow. It's very much about commerce and it doesn't have the foundation of those times. So it's reflected in how we falter. It's reflected in when people complain about the music cannot lie. It must say what is happening. So if you don't want to hear the music, if you don't want to see the West Indies back again because they know what's going to happen, we have to go to the fundamental reasons why, and try to find a way to replace that foundation with something else.
You mentioned that you observe what's happening with life, and your lyrics reflect your insight and what is important to you. Clearly, things like cricket are important to you, rally around the West Indies. But even when you sing Madman Chant, I mentioned that before, I mention it again because there's an empathy about the condition of not just poverty, but neglect and brutality that face a lot of our people. A lot of young people are being tossed aside as mad people. Can you comment on that?
Well, the Madman's Rant was actually basically saying that, the country is in a free fall. It's almost like a crab in a barrel society. A lot of the people who we looked to for leadership have failed us, and I'm at the ebb of my frustration. Everything is just wafting away, and suddenly the lowest man in society, a madman, says something that gives me hope. So, no time to give up, brother, no time to quit.
No time to give up.
So when you're searching for the answer to how to try to help to solve this problem that we have, the problem that has basically poisoned our youth, we have now have a whole couple generations of young people who don't know where they're going, where they're coming from, and it reflects in the things around us. So in searching for some kind of answer, I get the message from a madman. Don't give up, don't quit.
No time to give up, brother. No time to quit. It's really profound. And then I want to take us back to history because, again, many of the youths, when you say Toussaint was a mighty man, and to make matters worse, he was black. That was almost a prophetic song because it's before the general consciousness of Haiti was general. You were singing about Haiti and talking about Haiti, I'm sorry. In light of the earthquake, in light of the continued degradation of Haiti and its people, what do you have to say about the message that you saw so many years before?
Well, basically that opening line was saying that to be a black man during the days of slavery and be the president of the only free republic in the New World was an amazing achievement. Back in the days when black men knew their place was in the back in the days of slavery. Mm-hmm. It actually was triggered by two things. I'm a lover of history, so I was always good at history in school. And The Black Jacobins was one of my favorite books.
C.L.R. James.
By C.L.R. James. So I had an encounter with a Haitian cab driver, livery driver in Brooklyn one night. And a friend of mine, we were traveling together. And we usually paid $3 for the trip. And the guy said $4. And the guy said, all your Haitians always want to put an extra set of money and thief people money and things. So I just said, well, it's people just trying to survive. And if you know the history of Haiti, and the guy said, I don't want to know more history of Haiti. And it kind of gave me an idea, There are so many people like that.
And just ignorant.
And the French Caribbean doesn't know what's happening in English Caribbean. The Spanish Caribbean doesn't know what's happening in the French or English Caribbean, and so on, right? So, but we are still one Caribbean at the end of the day. So I said, you know what? Let me write a song highlighting the history of this place, and people might just see Haiti as some sort of like a poor place, but it came from richness.
So rich in culture,
and somewhere along the lines, there are elements in the society who seek to destroy it, and outside influence come in and help them along. So it's not anybody's fault outside of like in our society, yes, but at the same time, I felt like I had to highlight this is what's happening in this place, and maybe it might make a difference to some people, and as we say, turn our heads and try to restore the glory.
One day we'll turn our heads and restore your glory.
One day we turn our heads, restore your glory. When there is anguish in border bricks, it's still Africa crying. We're routing fires in faraway places when our neighbors are just burning. They say the middle passage is gone, so how come overcrowded boats still haunt our lives? I refuse to believe that we good people would forever turn our hearts and our eyes away. Haiti, I'm sorry. We misunderstood you. One day we turn our heads and look inside you. I am Haiti, I'm sorry. Oh, Haiti, I'm sorry.
David, King David Michael Rudder, give thanks, brother, for all you've given to us in our music and our culture, and for sharing these few moments with us with making a difference. Stay with us. We'll be back after these messages.
Haiti, I'm sorry.